Hi, friends. I'm Tiffany Bryant-Jackson, the Education Manager of Three Bone Theater, here today to talk a little bit about memory keeping. One of the themes in this particular performance is our main character is dealing with the loss of her memory through Alzheimer's. Now, Alzheimer is a diagnosis under the umbrella of dementia, and there are many forms of memory loss. Now, when I say scrapbooking, some people think of maybe something that their grandparents did back in the day, but this is not your grandmother's scrapbooking, or is it? Let's talk about some of the benefits of memory keeping, and then I want to go over some of the things you can do to capture those memories with your families. I'll share some of my scrapbooking with you in a memory box that one of my offspring has, so that you can see great ways to capture it as well as the benefits to those. Let's start with the benefits. It's been proven that those with memory loss have some great benefits when they are given either the activity or the evidence of a scrapbook or a memory box. So when they have those items in front of them, it is proven that it sparks some stimulation in their brain as they are reminiscing on that moment. If it's written down, it helps fire some things off in there. It's also a great activity to do as you're helping them navigate some of their memories. It's also keeping them busy and alleviating some of the boredom and the depression that comes with having to deal with these situations. It's also known to spark a little bit of pride as they are working on projects or recalling projects. And when they're in the midst of a diagnosis, pride isn't something they come by easily. So a boost of pride and self-esteem always does a brain good. A little serotonin for you, if I may. Now, what happens when you're like, I don't know how to scrapbook, Tiffany. I don't feel creative. I don't have those skills. What do I do? Simple. We're going to talk about a couple of simple ways you can keep memories for yourself, for your loved ones, and a quick reminder that those memories live past today. So if I am making a memory album or a memory box, it's not just for me. It is not just for the person I'm caring for, but it is also for future generations to take a look and see what they have. So let's start with the memory box. This is the simplest form of memory keeping, right? There's no fanciful to-dos. It is simply a box with memories. This particular box belongs to one of my offspring. And there on the outside, you can also see there's a favorite football team that's there. There's a race bib from a race that they've done. And it is a simple box that you pick up from your local craft store. And inside we have got, let's take a look. We've got certificates, we've got cards, we've got books, we've got play programs. I love it. There's a script of their very first play. So this is a memory box. You can put just about anything in there. You could put a piece of clothing that's sentimental. You can put dried out flowers from a special event. If you had a boutonniere or corsage, put that dried out flower in there, whatever it is. If it is just something special that you want to keep, put it in there. Another form of memory keeping is scrapbooking. Scrapbooking is as easy or as complicated as you make it. I'm going to say that again. It is as easy or as complicated as you make it. The most basic things you need for a scrapbook is the paper itself. And we want to make sure that paper is acid and lignin free. You can get paper in paper packs that are easy to grasp. I'm going to grab a paper pack for you. You just go to your local craft store. Here's a paper pack. It's all together in my paper crafting section. Then you want to grab a good pen. You want it to be waterproof, smudge proof, all of these things, because again, this memory is going to live past this moment. You'll need an album. Album sizes vary. Don't overthink it. Again, as simple as complicated as you want. And then if you like, you can grab some embellishments, stickers, what else? Pattern paper, all those things are great add-ons if you so choose. Your memories can be simple as writing out a story of the one time you remember visiting this place with this person, or they can be, let's say I went to a show with a family member. We took a picture at the show I have the ticket stub as an embellishment, and then I just write a little note about where we were and when we were there. That's it. That's scrapbooking. That's it. But the benefit of that outweighs anything, and it doesn't have to be time consuming. Now I'm going to share a few scrapbooking options from my archives over the years. I've been doing this since the birth of my children, and if you know me, that's a very long time. So scrapbooking, as I mentioned, comes in many sizes. One of the books I keep is about this big. This is about 8 by 8. You can see I typed this out. So I typed it out on the paper and I just cut it down. And then I added my pictures and some stickers to go along with it and some beautiful paper. Simple, easy peasy. This memory lasts forever. This picture is somewhere in the 80s. And it will stick with us. It'll pass down to my future generations to know a little bit more about not only me, but their grandmother. If you don't have a picture and you just want to keep a memory, that's fine too. Here is an example of, it's a year I wanted to talk about, and it's handwritten. It doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be perfect. These are your memories. This is probably a very simple, I found this metal sticker somewhere, but it's just your memories written out and the time you want it to remember, right? Here's another example of handwritten with just a few more things. So this one has a picture. I've taken a picture that I love and I wrote a note to this particular person that I wanted them to remember. Again, handwriting doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be perfect. It is something that they will read and capture. I added a few more touches, just a little bit of sticker here, sticker there, and papers. I kept a color theme going based off his jacket. Again, I will remind you that I can be extra sometimes and no one needs to be that extra. Then here is another simple page, but this one is done with typing again. So I just typed out some sentences I wanted them to remember. I utilized some paper, some stickers to keep it going. It's on a simple black background, nothing fancy, but it holds on to the memory. And this one is from March 2005 in Alaska. So it shows you where we were, when we were there, and it helps. So it's a time frame and a memory captured. So this lives on past this moment. Again, memory keeping is more than just for the person you're making the book for. It lives on past that moment. Our stories have been passed down generation upon generation in this way. And I think it's key. And in this show, we learn how key it is for our main character, make sure she has memories ready to share with her grandson, because she won't be able to orally tell him these memories herself because of her Alzheimer's, but she's worked hard to capture his memories in a box. I hope you give some thought into possibly introducing memory keeping into your existence now. If you think, I cannot keep up with the scrapbook, Tiffany, I maybe can keep a memory box, there are some other great options for you as well. There are lots of companies that have prompt journals. So you will ask a question of your loved one and you will fill it out. You can do that daily. There are some that do a question a day. There are some you can just do when you see them. That's also a great way to capture some things, because you can always go back into those books and stuff in some photos with those memories that you want to remember. It doesn't have to be fancifully done, but it's just done. Anything you need for a scrapbook can be found in your local Michael's, Walmart, Target, Joann's Scrap Store, any craft store you can think of. There's an aisle dedicated to this. So you do not have to go, what do I need again, Tiffany? There are also kits. So if you find yourself interested and curious, you can get a scrapbooking kit and start keeping some memories that way. If you visited our show, you saw that we have a memory wall. That was the beginning stages to helping some of our friends and volunteers capture some memories of their loved ones. So we work to gather a picture and a memory so that they can encapsulate that in a book for themselves. That's all I have on that subject for now. I would love to see if you guys do any memory keeping, if you found a great box to capture some memories in from here on out, if you have some great stories you want to share with us with your loved ones and friends, or if you ventured into the land of scrapbook, we'd love for you to share that with us through our social media. It's Three Bone Theater on all social platforms, or you can shoot us a little message and we'll be happy to see what you've come up with. Thank you for spending some time with me today as we talk about the importance of memory keeping and scrapbooking. We hope to see you at our next show. You guys have a good rest of the day and see you next performance, right? Bye, friends.